There's a lot of easy to learn information out there that you don't know you need to know, like the state beverage of Nebraska being Kool-Aid. Not cherry Kool-Aid, not grape Kool-Aid, just Kool-Aid. Also, how about every single ukulele chord ever, in pretty much any song ever, that you can learn quickly, then use one kind of life hack to play pretty much any song you'd ever want to do. Alright? So basically we're rocking out the Ortega uke today, link in the description, reasonably priced, sounds fine. And we're going to go through just the 7 main chords and how we can really rearrange those in any single way. Alright? So we're going to start in the key of C, because it's the ultimate ukulele key. Right? All you have to do is put any finger on the 3rd fret of the A string. Okay? So the strings on a ukulele are G, C, E, A. Generous chimpanzees earn allowances. Okay? So 3rd fret on the A string, and that's a C chord. Alright? This is going to be the 1 chord in the key of C. C major. Alright? Now, the next note in the key of C is a D. So D gets its own chord. It's going to be D minor. The way we're going to play D minor looks like this. Pointer finger, 1st fret on the 2nd to last string. Middle finger on the C string here. Now, you may have seen it like this, where it's just kind of like an E major shape if you play guitar. You can do that too right now. We're just going to do it like this. Strum like the 3 bottom strings right there, okay? So, the 1 chord, the 2 chord. The 3rd note in the key of C is E. We can move this just 2 higher and get what's called an E minor chord, right? So it's really just like a staircase down. Pointer finger, 2nd fret on the highest string. Middle finger, 3rd fret. Ring finger, 4th fret. Conversely, you could do it like this, but we're just going to have it look like that right there. So we got C major, D minor, E minor, F major. Is going to be the 4 chord, pointer finger, 2nd to the bottom, middle finger on the G string here. The next chord is going to be G, right here. Looks like a D if you play guitar. Middle finger on the bottom string, ring finger, 3rd fret, 2nd to bottom, pointer finger, 2nd fret right there. You can strum all 4, or just get the bottom 3, which we're going to talk about in a second. That's the 5 chord. 6 chord is super easy, just the 2nd fret on this string right here. So there's A minor. Then after that, we're going to do this guy right here. For the sake of efficiency and just, the depth of ukulele, B minor 7 flat 5. The 7 chord, okay? Now we can kind of replace this with this right here. So the easier way to do this, I think, is ring finger, 2nd fret on the bottom, pointer finger, 2nd to last fret on the 1st fret, middle finger, 2nd fret right here. Just play the bottom 3, or if you want to, you can play like this E or A minor 7 type kind of shape. This is going to be the 7 chord in the key, B minor 7 flat 5. Again, you really just need the bottom 3. Makes it a dominant 7 chord technically, but that's besides the point. These are the 7 main chords you're going to need to play pretty much any song. We're going to learn how to hack it in a second. Go through them all again real quick. C major, D minor, E minor, F major, G major, A minor, B minor 7 flat 5, back to C. Okay? So, the thing about ukulele that is so great is all this stuff is really, really easily movable, no matter what key you're in. Even though this is in the key of C, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, back to 1. Okay? So, 7 chords, number them that way, and then we can move them anywhere we want. Alright? So, let's say we want to learn a song in the key of D, or something like that. Well, we could learn all new chord shapes, like a D and then back to the E minor, then try to get like F sharp minor or something like that. But let's take those same basic shapes, move everything up 2 frets higher, and then to allow for the open strings on a ukulele, bar the 2nd fret. Okay? So we just did this, remember. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Everything gets 2 frets higher, but we're going to do it under the bar of your pointer finger holding down the 2nd fret. And if you're going to give me a hard time about like, oh, bar chords, I know there's going to be bar chords. You're barring a ukulele. Like, just do it. It's really not that hard. If you can't do this, what are you even doing here? All right? So now, remember with this C chord, it's basically the 3rd fret. So now everything gets moved up to, so now it's the 5th fret or the 3rd fret from where your pointer finger is, okay? So this is going to be the 1 chord in D major, all right? Because 2 frets higher 2 notes after C, C, C sharp, D. That's why it's really important to know that there's just 12 notes in music. E and B don't have sharps. Everything else is just kind of laid out like it is on the screen right there. But we can just move everything up 2 frets high, right? So now this is our 1 chord, D major, all right? Now again, if you look up like ukulele chord charts and stuff, that's a D major. One of the reasons that I wanted to do this video is because there are so many more learning resources and materials for guitar and guitar chords, and not as much for ukulele chords. So one of the main reasons to learn it this way is you can really easily use a site like Ultimate Guitar, which we're going to get to in just a second, to take any guitar chord chart and translate it over, transpose it, I suppose, to ukulele, right? So this is going to be the 1 chord right here. Now remember, that D minor chord, we can just move that up 2 and we can do it under the bar, like that, right? But then essentially we just get this E minor chord right here, just 2 higher, right? So now we have D is the first one. Right there, there's that D minor chord, which is really, now this is an E minor, but now this is the 2 chord in D, right? And then we just move this whole thing 2 frets higher. Just like in the key of C, we moved that D minor 2 frets higher, then added your pointer finger. In the key of D, key of 2020 by the way, D major, there's the 2 chord to the 3 chord. Now the 4 chord, right, is gonna be the same thing as it was before. Remember the 4 chord in C was F. We just move this 2 frets higher, but under the bar, it looks like this, okay? Now this chord right here is actually a G major chord. We already learned a G major chord like this, but that wasn't totally movable. Once you start moving this around with an open string, you start getting some dissonance maybe that you're not gonna want. So this is really kind of like a good example of how, all right, we have that F major chord under a bar right here, right? So again, I'm barring the 2nd fret. My ring finger is on the 4th fret of the G string here, and then my middle finger is on the 3rd fret of the 2nd to the bottom, right? Again, this is really the exact same thing as this moved higher, right? So there's that F chord down 2. It's the exact same thing as this, right? They're both G majors. This is just a bar chord one that you can move around a lot easier. And because we can move this around so much easier, you move it 2 frets higher, and that's gonna give you the 5 chord. So from G to A, okay? And then we can go back to the 6 chord, which again was just A minor, remember? But now it's up 2 frets higher, all right? And then that last one, remember, in the key of C was like this, just move that 2 frets higher. Or if you wanna get the full 4 note chord voicing right there. So now we have the 1 chord, the 2 chord, the 3 chord, the 4 chord, the 5 chord, the 6 chord, the 7 chord, and back home to 1. Okay, we can do this anywhere. Start wherever you want. You start on the 5th fret, all right? And now we have this right here. So again, 3 frets relative. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. Okay? Now, the way this is really just like the ultimate hack is because you can take all these guitar resources. Take Ultimate Guitar, for example. Whenever you see a chord chart, and specifically it's really easy to do website-wise on like a computer, there's a transpose option, right? So what we're doing essentially is we're using all the chords in the key of C, all right? So what we want to do is maybe let's say, you know, you see a song in the key of E, okay? So all that means is 1 higher than C is C sharp, 2 higher than C sharp is D, 3 higher is D sharp, 4 higher is E. You can put what's essentially a capo on the 4th fret of your ukulele and then play all those same chords. And now the C shape is an E shape. So you can transpose all those keys, like from C to E, just by kind of transposing and messing around with the plus and minus buttons on the transpose option on the website. A lot of other websites do this too, until you end up getting chords in the key of C that you already know the shapes for. So it's really kind of like a way to really get into the chord voicings that you know without necessarily having to take the time to learn a bunch of different chord voicings all over the ukulele board, right? So it's really like you learn 7 chords, and then you just use a little bit of math, either just like however many you add to transpose, and And then eventually you will get to the proper chord chart that will get you in the key of the chords that you're going to find familiar. All right. So anyways, I hope that was helpful because it's a great way to learn any song pretty easily. Now, every now and then you might find chords outside of a key, but then just look it up. I'll also link you to a really cool chord finder that I found really helpful in my ukulele travels and journeys in the description there. And if you have any questions or comments, hit me up in the comment section, Instagram, Twitter, or the website. I'll talk to you all later. Thanks a lot.